environmental movement starts right here. Who am I and where do I belong and how do I connect to this? And to get that when I do damage to the planet, especially irreversible damage, that affects me. I'm not immune from that. And that affects my children, and on and on and on.
More and more people are turning to the indigenous peoples all around the world for answers, because there are no answers in just straight technology. If it's not balanced, it just doesn't work.
We the people, we all started together, and we went our different directions to gain different experiences. And we are living in a time when all our peoples are coming back together. The great teaching that is tied to our culture through the Great Tree of Peace. It's a teaching that goes this way. The peacemaker instructed the leaders he first installed. He said, you, the leaders, whenever you come together to make decisions, do not make decision unless you have thought about your children in the future, at least 7 generations ahead.
Unfortunately, there's so much destruction to our environment, to human life as well as other species who also share with us on this planet. So much destruction is taking place.
Well, the heart of every ceremony is for the children. And I must say that I'm Cherokee, but I don't speak for the Cherokee people. I don't speak for any nation. I speak for only my heart. And it's important for all of us to do that. The Cherokee flag has 7 points on the star. It's the only star that has 7 points for the children.
Just think what would happen if all the children in the world learned how to respect and thank the earth in the same way.
The choices we make this day will truly make a difference for our children's future. That does matter. They deserve a safe place, and we have the capacity to influence that.
It's very obvious that it's a cycle. And being that the Mayan calendar is coming to a close in the year 2011, and the Hopi prophecies are being fulfilled today, that there is an indication that a higher human being is present if we just let him come out. And in order to fulfill that cycle, man has to put in an effort forward. And at the same time, the environment is crashing down, and that's creating a species stress. And whenever there's a stress on a species, there's an evolutionary lead.
They said the trees would start to die from the tops. And that's what's been happening. So when we hear of a prophecy starting to fulfill, it's at that time do we have to raise up our sleeves and get to work.
I think it was in the 40s, early 40s, that Einstein said that if mankind was to survive itself, they would have to experience a shift in consciousness. And for the longest time, I thought that that shift in consciousness was going to be some unlass kind of thing. Something was going to happen in the whole planet, or at least big chunks of it. We're going to go, oh, now I get it, you know. And what I now believe is that the shift takes place one person at a time, and that the process of that shift is to go into so much pain that you have to ask yourself, what's real, what matters in my life?
We know food, clothes, job, money, they are important because they bring certain level of happiness. They solve certain level of problems. But same way, individual human being, the more we become genuinely compassionate, how much it brings peace and happiness and harmony, meaning and beauty in our life, as well as in the life of people we associate with.
It's easy for us to come together like this and say good words. But if we don't take our words and make them into actions and water our plants like we water our love, like we water our plants, and water our actions, and where we see people putting forth an effort to do things in a loving way, or to help people, to help animals, to save trees, if we don't get behind them and support them, and then we will be accountable for that.